One day King Solomon came once again to visit his captive demon Asmodeus. The king liked to ask the Prince of Darkness about demons, their power and the underworld. The day was hot, and therefore the king was barefoot and dressed in a simple dress, over which he threw a light linen cloak, lined at the edges with gold. Asmodeus saw the king and asked him to release him from captivity. "Well," said Solomon, "I will fulfill your request, but only if you reveal to me why you, demons, created so that you are sometimes more powerful than the angels of heaven, and show me what are the limits of your power." "How can I show the limits of our power? If I am entangled with a chain with the name of God and a ring with this name is put on your finger, so that I feel weaker than an ordinary old man." Asmodeus replied with a chuckle. Then Solomon took off his ring from his finger, approached Asmodeus and threw off the chain with the name of the Most High. At the same moment, the prince of demons jumped up to Solomon, snatched the ring from his hand and threw it far into the sea. Then in a flash he took his favorite form, a two-winged giant. Asmodeus laughed, tore off Solomon's crown and then his linen cloak, seized the king and hurled him far into the wilderness. Asmodeus took the form of the king, threw his cape over his shoulders, which was lined with gold around the edges, put on his crown, went to the palace and sat on the throne. None of the courtiers did not notice the substitution, because outwardly the demon was indistinguishable from the king, spoke in his voice, and the manner in which he conducted the conversation was the same as Solomon. Of course, if one of the courtiers had gone to the back of the garden, where Solomon kept the demon on a chain, and discovered the disappearance of Asmodeus, he might have suspected something wrong. But that's the thing, all the courtiers were deathly afraid of the demon, and no one except Solomon went to the end of the garden where the captive demon was kept. When Solomon woke up, he found himself lying in a thin shirt and canvas pants in the middle of a place completely unfamiliar to him. He had recently been king in Jerusalem, richer in untold riches, deciding the fate of his people and the world, eating on gold and wearing luxurious clothes. And now he was lying in the mud, in a simple shirt, penniless, without a roof over his head, no different from any other beggar. Then, according to tradition, Solomon spoke the words, "And I looked back on all my works, which my hands had done, and on the labor with which I labored in doing them, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit, and there is no profit in them under the sun." Solomon got up from the ground, found a staff to lean on, and went to the nearest town to beg there for alms for food. So he wandered with other beggars through the towns and cities, begging for a piece of bread. He decided that he would tell the truth under all circumstances, and when people asked him who he was, Solomon answered, "I am Solomon, who was king in Jerusalem." Of course, people did not believe these words, took him for a fool, and out of pity threw alms. But there were times when boys followed him down the street, teased and mocked him in every possible way, and sometimes stoned him for fun. If you haven't heard this legend and you want to see the continuation, give this video a like.
Evil is not born, it is made.